I will request all the speakers, if you can reduce it to 5 minutes, and mainly I will speak about your findings, a little about the methodology, and a little background. So if you can, within 5 minutes, it's really appreciated.
My research on assessment of customers' insurance distribution channel preference by using fuzzy AHP. Right? Because of proximity of time, you will have to bear with me. I will have to run through many of the slides without reading them. If you talk about digital distribution in our country, as per report on insurance and digital by 2020, there are going to be more number of mobile phone connections than human beings. Around 4 out of 5 humans are already online and 1 out of 4 is already on social media. Then, fuzzy AHP, as I told you, because I cannot say I prefer this 5 times more or 6 times more, because these are human judgment. We cannot be so much accurate in numerical value. We can simply say, okay, I prefer this more or less. So to overcome that, fuzzy was applied.
So today I want to present my work on entrepreneurial zeal and micro enterprises in India. In the morning session, Dr. Rawal was discussing the India strategy, how the Modi government will take India to grow, sustainable growth 8%. So Modi government launched 2 programs. One is that the Startup India, that is for skill development, and the other is Startup India, to start up new micro enterprise. Without entrepreneurship, we can't make a growth, sustainable growth. So this is the strategy, and in this budget of India, there is a stress on this, both of these strategies, Stand-up India and Startup India. Startup for entrepreneurship, new entrepreneurship, stand-up for the skill development required for the manpower required for the development of industries. So I will not go the history. The entrepreneur, the term was coined by Richard Cantillon in the 17th, 18th century. The entrepreneur is defined by Schumpeter as a person who innovates a new market, new method of production, new source of raw material, and introduce a new organization in the industry. That entrepreneur. An entrepreneur are never lured by the profit. They are not a greedy person. They want to do something new. They want to break the cycle. Even Schumpeter described them. Destructionism means they destroy the old method and invent the new one. This is the definition of entrepreneur. And in the history, the Marco Polo was the first entrepreneur. He established link with the various rest of the European countries.
Our next presentation will be by Professor Silwal from Active Academy College.
So me, Prem Silwal, I am here to present the article on this asset liquidity and capital structure. This is empirical evidence from Nepal. So basically, when you go to the market, we have a different organization, and each and every organization establish after employing different sorts of capital structure, different sorts of resource of the capital. Either you have to employ the capital from by your own, or the capital you have to employ after taking loan. So whatever you have, you try to manage some kind of structure. After that, you can be able to increase the organization's value. So that leverage is one of the resource of the capital structure. So leverage helps the organization to increase its value. So the introduction I have like this, the corporate houses or the corporate organization. This study basically focus on the liquidity pattern, how liquidity affects capital structure. There is several studies have been conducted and find different factors.
The tools of monetary policy play a vital role in the overall credit creation. And these are the objectives of our study, to analyze the major factors that influence the credit creation of Nepalese commercial bank. The next one is to identify the determinant of monetary policy. Those are positive or negative and are statistically significant. And the next one is to analyze the effect of legal reserve requirement on commercial bank's credit. The next one is to assess the impact of total deposit amount on bank ability to extend credit. The next one is to analyze the impact of lending rate and treasury bill rate on the bank credit creation. And these are the hypotheses. Our study based on the 6 hypotheses. The hypotheses are there is negative relationship between cash reserve ratio and bank total credit. Similarly, there is negative relationship between interest rate and total credit creation. And similarly, the next one is there is a negative relationship between interbank lending rate and credit creation. And the next one is there is a positive relationship between total deposit and total credit creation. The next one is there is a negative relationship between inflation and total credit creation. The next one is there is a positive relationship between 91 treasury bill rate and total credit creation. Now for the
That's on the corporate governance, and the topic goes like impact of corporate governance on the bank performance of Nepal's commercial bank. Whereas the topic to look on is, and moving towards the introduction phases, here the corporate governance involves the aspects of the relationship between the stakeholders, management, shareholders, according to Steinweg 2005, and also secondly dealing with the poor corporate governance, frequently identify the importance of Asian financial crisis in July 1997, and also the CC shows the relation between the firm's corporate governance and the board of directors, according to Ananson in 2003. Now moving towards the objectives of the studies here, it highlights that it assesses to the board size, firm size, and the public ownership of the profitability. It also examines the relation between the firm size and bank size. And lastly, it helps to find out the firm's growth on the bank performance. So,
thank you, my friends. Good afternoon, all of you. I am going to deal about the result and discussion. We are using different tools and techniques for analyzing the data. This is the regression table. It shows the relations between the different dependent and independent variables. This is the regression model. Here we are find out the effect of the different dependent and independent variable. Next. Here is the regression model of 2. Here we are find out the cause and effect of the different dependent and independent variable. Thank you.
On credit creation, I would like to know, you are the presenter. You had independent variable in your conceptual paper, and you had dependent variable. I was an observation that why didn't you bring down AD ratio in your independent variable? AD ratio, asset deposit ratio, that is central bank fixes up that how KD will expand compared to deposit. You have taken so many independent variables like
the AD ratio.
the AD ratio is asset deposit ratio.
Okay.
Asset liability ratio. Like central bank fixes it up. Then you have covered CRR. The CRR is part of the AD ratio.
We were given this article of certain research which we had to follow. So the AD ratio wasn't included in that article, so I excluded it.
Heading for Tribhuvan, then it went to Calcutta, then again it got for Tribhuvan for second time. Again it went to Calcutta, and they found Calcutta, all the airport, hotels are booked, so they have gone to Thailand back again. So this was the story in the airport. Then Malaysian Airlines landed in Bangladesh, and some 217 Globemaster was not given a chance to land in Tribhuvan from India. So a lot of diversion cases you can see. A lot of diversion means some say our Bangladesh Airport CC-130 flight was delayed by an hour. Then some from 26th to 29th April for within 3 days time, 41 aircraft landed in Bangladesh, diverted aircraft. Okay, so we have kept our airport open for holding new aircraft, but still things were not tight. Then many aircraft are denied to land.
and you can see picture. In fact, it is not that clear here. This is sorry. In fact, I wanted to show how. Just one second. Okay, so Tribhuvan International Airport is on the top. This circle shows how aircraft had to loiter around for landing, okay, without getting any chance to land. Then regarding airport management, we started realizing that the airport should be managed well. So slot system was introduced so that we come to know, okay, this slot, this day, this slot is my slot, so I can land there.
Determinants of the net interest margin on the commercial banks. Now I would like to go on the introductions. Having the banking sector in healthy and able to create a profit, it will be able to withstand shocks and contribute to the stability of all the financial systems. As the commercial banks, it influences to all the economic system and the economic stability and economic growth of the country that required to have a better and a good performance. As in Nepal's context, Nepal Rashtra Bank has the ability to provide the terms and conditions regarding to the net interest margin and net interest rate and the other activities. But in the recent years, the banks are permitted to provide its interest rates and they charge and offer on the loan and the deposits. And these are the literature reviews. And for the further presentations, I would like to call Kusum.
Thank you, Kalpana. Here the objective of our study is to examine the measures factor determining the net interest margin and to assess the impact of capital adequacy ratio and non-performing loan on the net interest margin and to analyze the relation between net interest margin with inflation, GDP and interest rate and as so on. And the conceptual framework is independent variable of capital adequacy ratio, deposit, firm size, interest rate, non-performing loan, inflation and GDP growth rate. And the dependent variable are NIM and NOM. And the methodology of our study is to study the study is based on secondary data and the data are collected from Nepal Rashtra Bank Bulletin, annual report of commercial bank, business journal and magazines, and for sampling 16 commercial banks are chosen and the SPSS software is used to analyze the data.
On the topic, the impact of corporate governance on the Nepalese Commercial Bank. Our study is based on the Nepalese Commercial Bank. Without being delayed, we like to proceed forward. The slide shows the overview of our presentation. Now we want to introduce what CZ actually is. It is a set of relationship between all the stakeholders as a whole, which include management, the board of directors, its shareholders and others. It provides a basic organization structures on which the objectives of the organizations are set up, along with means of attaining those objectives together with monitoring the performance and finally the objectives are determined. Next.
From the study, we conclude that the existence of relationship between the corporate government practices and the firm performance in Nepalese financial enterprises. Similarly, the study also revealed that the companies with higher percentage of firm size, leverage and total operating expenses to total asset have a higher PE ratio.
Munna, Batwal and the court, where are they please?
A study of corporate governance, earning management and firm performance, empirical evidence in Nepalese context. The next is, this is the overall presentation overview of our slides. Now starting with the presentation, corporate governance is a mechanism that is employed to reduce the agency cost that arises as a result of the conflict. Corporate governance is seen as an essential mechanism helping the company to attain its corporate objectives and monitoring performance. The objectives of the studies is to find the relationship between corporate governance, earning management and performance to determine the strong factor affecting the firm performance. Now I would like to call Pooja to continue our presentation.
Thank you, Neha, for the purpose about the significance of the study. The study is helpful for the further researcher and it raises the public awareness about the importance of the corporate governance in increasing the firm's performance and it helps in the management shareholder for making the suitable policy for firm's profitability.
Deepa Mandari, yes please.
I would like to express my hearty thanks to Uniglobe College for giving such wonderful opportunity. Sitting in a chair, having a warm coffee does not matter, but it matters that how we satisfy our customer. Honorable panel of judges and to all the ladies and gentlemen, I am Kripa Bhandari from BBA 7th semester and welcome to you all at International Conference 2016. And I have conducted the research on the topic of customers' quality choice during demand peaks, a case of retail store in Kathmandu. And my table of contents are here. Introduction. Customers are the lifeblood and essence of every business. Their demands, their perceptions, their buying behavior are highly determined in every retail store. As I have conducted this study in various retail stores of Kathmandu and related with the Big Mart, Bharbatini and other 3 correspondent retail stores has been examined in my study and have examined and conducted research about 47 customers in my study. And retail stores is not only for the sale but is also for the resale of different factors and facilities. And it also deals with where is the retail store now, where it's going to be and how does it achieve there. It's the major factors which determine the demand peaks of this retail store. And there I have conducted various types of buying behavior of the customer. The first one is routine response. That means the customers buy every product in the daily basis. For example, milk, biscuit, noodles, we also often need. Why don't you? And the second is limited decision making. That means the decision of every customer is very limited. That means they buy every product occasionally. For example, we buy precious ornaments in various ceremonial events and so on.
It's me, Manisha Patel, and I'm here to give the presentation on the topic, being a woman in the corporate world, challenges, discrimination and opportunities. Let's start with the introduction. Women are rising rapidly in the leadership ladder and it is an important component. Women are rising rapidly in the leadership ladder, which is one of the important and critical factors for the growth and the organization as well as the government.
Presentation from Assam, India. May I request Dr. Chanu and Ms. Kampari.
A very good afternoon to everyone who are present out here. And my title of today's conference is Marketing Practices of Private High School in Hill District of Assam. Assam is a place of Northeast and a very big and a beautiful place. So let's go to the introduction. Marketing. Every one of us will know what is marketing. Marketing plays a very important role in imparting school education, and it has also been defined by many scholars like Foskett. It says that educational marketing is design and delivery of educational programs in a way that appropriate to recognize of people and groups. And according to Davis and Helson, it is said that there are 6 P's of marketing. They are price, people, promotion, privilege, professor and parents-teacher communication. And according to Hess, there is 7 P's like price, place and promotion. But he has also included another 3 P's, that is physical evidence, process and people.
Request Ms. Roshan Shetayan and Pravek Joshi.
Pravek Joshi and Roshan Shetayan are here to give presentation on role of foreign direct investment on economic growth. Case of SAARC country. Let us begin with introduction. SAARC is the 3rd largest economy of the world, but a significant number of poor people live around the region. Non-Cam explains FDI as less volatile and to offer not just capital but also modern technology and all. This study contains certain research question. Is there any significant relationship between foreign direct investment, schooling and labor force participation rate with economic growth? And what is the impact of
The next group is Suzanne Marahatta and the co-authors.
On the determinants of bank performance on the Nepalese Commercial Bank. Introduction. Profitability is an important criterion to measure the performance of bank, and understanding of determinants of the performance and the drivers of bank performance is essential and crucial to the stability of the economy. The major objective of this study is to determine the factors affecting the performance of the selected commercial banks in Nepal. Thank you. Now I would like to call Suman for the further presentation.
Thank you, sir. Heading on to conceptual framework, dependent variables taken for this studies are dependent variables taken for this study are return on assets, return on equity, net interest margin, which are proxies to banks' profitability. Similarly, independent variables are capital adequacy, assets quality, management efficiency, liquidity management, which is time specific variables, and GDP growth rate and inflation rate. Thank you for that clause.
Thank you, Suman. Now talking about the research design here, we can take the descriptive analysis. The model of this analysis is descriptive and casual comparative research design have been used in this study. We have taken the three models where ROA, ROE and NIM are the dependent variables of this study. Talking about the descriptive statistics here, we can see the minimum, maximum, mean and standard deviation of different dependent and independent variables. Now this shows the pattern of ROA and assets quality. Now Susan will continue the presentation.
Statistical techniques such as ANOVA, t-test and correlation with the multivariate analysis of factor analysis, of which my dear friends, due to paucity of time, there is a significant and motivation is essential particularly in the public sector such as Indian Overseas Banks. It's a very old bank in India and established before independence. As my dear friends, motivation is essence and blood of employees over to develop the organization and also to develop their nature and capacity and career.
I don't have any comments to the papers which have been presented here, but I would like to appreciate all of the papers, especially the papers from outside. That means from the foreign delegates. They have their own standard, they have their own methodology, findings, and they are in the standard.
I will thank the organizer, University College, for undertaking this path-breaking initiative for organizing the third conference in a row. This will boost the morale of students as well as the goodwill of the college and the country also.
Thank you, sir. Now, I think being the chair of this session as a concluding remark, I'll take a few minutes. First, I'm very much agreeable to your principal, Dr. Bistra. Most of the student presenter, I was checking that you followed all the requirements you need for your methodology. Most of them are very sequential, regimental, and in order. So like you started with the introduction, then conceptual framework, objective, methodology, literature review, tables. You are showing descriptive statistics, correlation, regression, ANOVA, yes. Probably many of you are at the master's level, even undergrad.
presentation on three different topics, the individual presentation,